Hey, everybody, welcome to Mahoney Matters Interviews, just a place where we can talk to people of interest around the area. I'm with Guy Vogren, who works with us on our news show. But today we have Dave Revels. Dave's coming in concert here. Um, Thanks for coming on, Dave, and thanks for helping us out, Guy. How are you doing today, Dave?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I woke up this morning. I didn't say ouch.
Yeah.
So that was the first good thing that happened to me. So, yeah, I've been having a wonderful day.
Well, we're going to talk to you for a while, but you've said this. You can sum it up. If you like Motown, come to the show. You're doing a tribute concert coming up May 10th at Robbins Theater in Warren. You guys going to be playing tribute to the music of the Supremes, Four Tops, and Temptations.
And all
And
the
Called the
and all the
Shadow of
others.
the 60s?
Oh, yeah, Shadow 60s, Stevie
yeah,
Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell, Junior Walker and the All Stars, Smokey Robinson. All those groups are part of it because we do all those songs. Martha Reeves, Gladys Knight, all that's included in the show.
wow. Yeah. How is that to? I mean, there's so much great music at that time. How do you narrow it down to one concert? I'm sure some people will probably think you should do 10 hours of all the great music there. How do you
Well,
narrow that music down a little bit?
Well, first, being a fan, you're gonna pick your favorite songs, like
Okay.
fans would. So I have my favorite songs from all these groups, and as the producer and creative director for the show, I assembled the songs in a collection that will give everyone a taste of what they came up with.
Hmm.
And one of the things we do is a grand finale, which has got over a dozen songs in it, because there's always somebody at a concert at the end of the show will say, "That was a very nice presentation, but you didn't do my song." So to avoid that, we give them a big finale at the end with all these different songs they didn't hear throughout the duration of the show. So you try to do all those things, but for the most part, you stay true to the melody, the arrangements, and we don't change keys
Oh wow.
because even the keys of a song, your memory is triggered by that. You don't have to be a musician. So if a song is played in original key, regardless of whether you're a musical person or not, it will trigger all the memories you had with that song. And if you change those keys or alter it in any way, you rob people of their precious memories.
That's
So
why some say it doesn't feel the same.
exactly. So this is more than a tribute; it's an homage. It's an homage to all the producers of Motown, the songwriters of Motown, and of course the talent of Motown. And because I grew up in this music, I idolize the Four Tops. I do the voice of Levi in the show,
Oh wow.
and I met my idols because I toured with them on several occasions, and we did Motown Returns to the Apollo Theater in '85. And when I first met them, let me tell you something, guys, they were they were such wonderful gentlemen, you know. So idolizing them, it just reinforced my feeling because they were really great guys.
Right.
So it's all about everyone in the group. Shows you the emotion. They have that emotion and adrenaline behind them because they all idolize these artists that we're performing. I don't pick somebody because they're talented. That's the given. I also pick them because they really love the music they're going to sing about or play about.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure in addition to the great music, you're going to provide some great stories about these people.
Oh, yeah. Background stories. I mean, things that happen on the road, when you met them, how you met them, what you did. Like with the Four Tops of Me, the day I met them, uh, my first child was born early in the day, and when I went uptown to the Apollo Theater where we were filming it, they were asking me, was it a boy or girl? So I told them, and they were excited for me. So if you look at that videotape on television, over 4 million or 5 million views, it says it's a Battle of the Bands, '85. The smile on my face because I'm a new dad for the first time.
Yeah.
Talk about triggering an emotional memory.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So all
Yeah.
that is here.
And there's some tribute bands out there that may have never met like the groups they talk about. Like you said, did work with the Persuasions, the Drifters. You met all these guys before. What does it mean? I mean, I know not everybody is still with us. What does it mean to keep the memory of that music alive? And what does it mean when you like do these concerts? You see people in the crowd enjoying the music and everything. It's got to be special for you, right?
It's very much so because I we treat the stage like it's our living room. and you're a guest in our house. So if you come to my house, I'm going to make sure I treat you real well. I'm going to be concerned about your health. I'm going to be concerned about your happiness. I'm going to ask you questions. You can talk to me. It's a real conversation. It's not just look at me, look at me, look at me perform. Anybody can do that. But knowing a lot of these artists that we're doing the music to, it really is special because it's one thing when you just sing a song you heard, but when you know the people behind it and you saw them sing these songs, it's a whole different level. So you have that much more respect for the music. So yeah, we bring all those things to the table. Um, it's love. We're fans, man. We're fans.
Yeah.
Do you think that love is the thing that keeps Motown keep on keeping on? I mean, because Motown is probably just as popular now than it ever was.
Well, I tell you why, because those songs is a tapestry of our lives. Everyone can tell you where they were when their favorite song came out and who they were in love with, who broke their heart, who their best friend was at the time, and it all brings it all back to you in crystal clear. Like when you hear doom, 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 you know exactly where you were.
Yeah.
Right.
So if it's played right, if it's sung right, I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. If you hear the melody sung right and you see the expression on the singer's face that they're reveling in this, it makes it all whole for you. You get that feeling that these people are not just singing at me, they're singing with me, and it's, holding people's memories in your hands is a very big responsibility. You
Yeah.
know,
It's a great honor too.
It is, and when you're on that stage, my friend, you don't get on like the rule I have of thumb. I don't care what happened to you backstage or the day before. When you hit that stage, you never bring any of that to the stage because people are leaving their homes, getting in their cars. I worry about you like I'm your dad, or I worry about the people getting in the cars and driving to the show. They're taking a chance driving down the crazy highway. At the end of the show, I tell them, please be careful going home. You've been in a bubble of excitement for the last 2 hours. Don't lose your focus on the road because I want to make sure you get home safe so I can see you again. I mean that seriously.
Good.
I don't take that for granted that people come spending money and come to a show. I don't ever take that for granted.
Awesome. Now you're the creative director of the show. I'm assuming you're going to be performing too.
Yes, I do the voice of Levi Stubbs.
Good.
And that's because when I was 13 years old, that's the first group I latched onto like a duckling latched onto something. And I sang every single note he sang because I could match the range. And I sang every background part. I sang every song. I just kept singing it. And I did it over the years. And he became like my mentor, believe it or not, as a singer.
Wow.
And for
Okay.
all artists, they'll tell you there's one musician or singer that they latched onto and they learn how to do their craft from listening to that one person. You know what I mean? It excited them. So Levi Stubbs and the Four Tops was a group that did it for me. Yeah.
Definitely fantastic. A show like this, I mean, you're doing one of the voices, but how many people in a show like that? Like, I'm assuming you have a band that tours with you. I mean,
Yeah, you got a band. You got a band. You got about about 7 people on the stage.
Okay.
7 singers. You got a 5-piece band.
Wow.
Um, 6 or 7 singers. I lose track of stuff. But what is that? We do all the different music, and it's nonstop. You understand? There's nobody drinking water on the stage,
Okay.
except maybe the musicians take a drink. But the singers don't turn around and swig water. I treat it like a Broadway show. When you go to a Broadway show, do you see anybody drinking water?
Yep.
No, not usually.
So, right. So to me, in a concert like this, there's no reason for any singer to stop the flow by doing that or distract. So the show is like on that kind of adrenaline. It's nonstop. There's no slowing down from one song to another, one act to another. It
And that keeps the
transitions,
audience in on it too.
and it's heavily choreographed.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Choreography. The costumes are vintage style costumes because now being a director or creator, music is also very visual. And we tend to listen with our eyeballs, especially nowadays. So
Right.
if there isn't enough movement on it, and plus you're used to all these AI and you're used to all this multi-camera videos you're looking at, so your mind and your eye is very sophisticated. So if a
Right.
performer gets on stage and just stands there, you're bored.
Yeah, I guess we
So
got to thank MTV for this.
you got it. It started it. So if things are not moving like this, the artists are not moving around, and the songs are not jumping around, you're bored. So this show is intense from the moment it begins to the very end. There's no lagging. There's no slowdown. It's just, I wish I could see it.
Yeah. Well, you
I wish,
probably
I wish I could see it. I wish I could see it. I'm gonna say it. I don't get to see it.
you probably can watch a videotape of it, right?
Yeah, but I've never been in the moment to watch it. You know what I mean? I
Oh,
love to
okay,
be in
yeah.
the audience to watch it like you do, because it's a thrill, man. It's fun, man. It's like, it's not work. It's fun because every song is part of my memory book, and the singers on the stage and the musicians. Our music director, Melvin Miller Jr., he was mentored by Holland Dozier Holland, the songwriting team from Motown. They wrote all the Four Tops greatest hits, a lot of Supreme hits, and they mentored him. He was also mentored by Dr. Teddy Harris Jr., who was the Supreme's musical director, and he toured with them as well. So you have authenticity in the band, as well. It's not just people. Our keyboard player, believe it or not, was Harry Belafonte's musical director.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So a lot of pedigree.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask you about. I've kind of sensed this for myself. I'm 49, and I think ever since COVID, I immediately started to look back at stuff. Like I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, and I find myself, kind of listening more music from back then and watching more movies and TV shows from back then. Do you see that with your audiences too? Like when you sang My Girl, even in my head for the few seconds you sang that evoked a lot of memories. Do you think a lot of us are really looking for that retro thing in our lives?
I think we're looking for engagement. We're looking for
Mhm.
something that engages our imagination, and we're looking to do it with other people. We all get high from hearing somebody next to you laugh or applaud or scream out in joy.
Yeah.
All those things. I think that's what people are looking for now. COVID stopped that, for a while, because you remember, we're human beings and we need to commingle. And so people are looking for chances to share an experience with a large group of people, because you get that feeling you can't get anywhere else. When you're sitting and watching a show or has been taped and you're watching your television, it's nowhere. It pales. It's just one person watching something. Unless you have someone next to you, go, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
You've cheated out of a huge part of that experience, which is a shared experience. And I think, yeah, fans that come out to the show, I've had people come to the show now, especially post COVID, says, this is the first concert I've attended since COVID. I'm so glad I came.
That's really cool.
So yeah.
Hey, I was going to ask about this too. I'm 49, and I mean, I'm not as spry as I once was. You say you do a lot of choreography. What's your touring schedule like, and how do you keep in good shape to keep doing the choreography each night?
And how do you find time to write a book like you did?
Well, you know what? Writing a book for me was, I've trained a lot of artists, so I wanted to write a book. That I said, I'm always talking about it. So let me get handle a book so that they can have the book after I leave. They have it to study. It's just an extension of me, so it wasn't hard. I try to do everything that is an extension of my personality, extension of my humanity. How do I do these shows? We do like 3, sometimes 4 shows. Sometimes we do 3 shows a week, but for the average, it's about 7 shows a month, right?
Wow.
I watch my diet, of course. I don't eat a heavy meal after 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I try to go for a walk as much as I can. But being on stage, and entertainers are athletes because you're moving all the time. As a singer, I'm using my lungs to full capacity. So I'm exercising, in a passive way. But that's a part of it is, doing it for so long. I mean, I've been doing it for 50 years, man.
Yeah.
I'm a senior citizen. I believe that crap.
Yeah. I gotta ask, how old are you right now?
Well, Chris,
Oh, I,
I used to be a young guy, Chris. Well, let me take my shoes off and start to count. It might take a little while. Let's put it as I said, I'm a senior citizen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm much older than you.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
Well, no, I'm impressed, and the more I think about it, age is like a fine wine. You know what I mean? You could be 20 and feel like you're 150, or you could be 150 and feel like you're 20. So be proud of it, man.
Well,
Amen.
I'll tell you what's important, man. I give this message to anybody listening to this. You must have a reason to get up in the morning. You must have a task or something that you have to accomplish before the day is ended. If you have something to do every day, you will rise, you'll get up and you'll do it, and it'll keep your mind nimble. It'll keep you engaged. But when you start just staying home and doing nothing, that's when the aging process accelerates. So you got to get up. Don't sit too long. There's a reason why you're given arms, legs, ears, and eyes, and everything else. Use it because there's going to be a day when you may not be able to, and then you're going to be very remorseful for that. So, that's it.
Great
Good
advice.
advice for the over 50 crowd here, right, Chris? You'll be joining us pretty
Yeah,
Hey,
soon.
yeah,
Chris,
surely.
Chris, if I ever hear you say I'm old or whatever you just said about you being 49, okay, I'll send somebody to smack you
Oh, okay.
because a 49 was so
No.
far in the 49 is so far in my rear view mirror that it's very blurry like my eyeballs. So you're a very young man, so trust me in that. Extremely.
Well, and what you just said, great advice. It's how you live your life, and it's how you got to keep your body moving. So, very good. So great. Guy, any other questions you wanted to ask?
No, I just want to know, have you ever been to Warren, Ohio before?
No, first time coming to Warren, Ohio,
Oh,
and looking
great.
forward to it. I mean, we've crisscrossed the nation so many times. I've been to a place called Pomeroy, Ohio, which is the home of Jorma Kaukonen from
Yeah.
Jefferson
Okay.
Airplane. He has a camp called Fairpriest Ranch. I teach there, and I've written songs with Jorma. So
Okay.
that's an amazing experience. But first time coming to Warren, I'm telling people this. Come. It's not even about getting your money in my pocket or getting money in the theater's pocket. Come experience something that you're going to remember
Yeah.
because it's not, you're going to see people that are on stage that are not there preening themselves and saying, I'm so pretty, I'm so pretty. No, you're going to see people who are so in love with the music that you came to hear that they're going to give you everything that's in them to give. And at the end of the night, you're going to feel as though you made some new friends, not just on the stage, but the people sitting next to you, you're going to be probably sharing comments with all night long. So come on out, let's have this experience together, okay?
It sounds like it's going to be a great time, and I think I'm
Fun.
going to try to plan to be there.
Did you say try?
I'm going to
Yeah.
try. Yes,
Like
I got to
like
check
Yoda says,
with
don't try, do.
with my better half to make sure nothing else is going on May 10th.
Please come, man. I'm telling you,
Okay.
it's not about I'm not even trying to sell the show. I'm trying to sell the experience, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, it sounds like a real fun event, and let's get to the information before we go here. It's Shadows of the 60s, a tribute to Motown special supergroups, May 10th, 8 p.m. It's a Friday. Tickets range between 39 and 49 plus applicable fees. Reserved seating. It's at Robbins Theater in Warren. We'll have a link for how you can order your tickets.
And
Dave,
they're on sale now.
yep. And Dave, it was fun to talk to you, man. Thank you for your comments, not just about music, but aging. It's definitely something I'll remember there. So have a great day. Hang on for a second afterwards. And
Sure.
to our listeners, thanks for checking out Mahoney Matters. You all have a great day.
Thank you, Dave.